this is gonna be gross. Looking good. I don't know if those bad boys are alive in there. They're not moving. I mean, I would assume there's no way they could be alive. But is this how it's meant to be? Is he gonna want to eat these? I mean, I guess I'll try to feed it to him. Usually, if it's not moving and it's a worm, he's not gonna eat it. Usually. Oh, this smells like fucking SpaghettiOs, and now I'm never gonna eat SpaghettiOs again because it smells like fucking worms. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Worms represent boogie. I'm sure you have an explanation for that, but I just... I can't even pretend to know what you meant by that. You eat SpaghettiOs? From time to time, I've been known to ingest a SpaghettiO or two. Can you DM Wings so we can get the final collab? I've never collabed with Wings in the first place, as far as I know. It would be cool to like play a game with Wings, but when he plays Call of Duty, he only wants to play Warzone, and I think Warzone is the most boring shit ever. So even if I played that with him, I wouldn't enjoy it. Please have a chimp out? Did that appear on screen and I missed it? I don't know. You want a chimp out? I can go get the monkey mask. Well, never mind, I lied. I thought it was in my prop closet here, but I must have put it somewhere else. Don't know how I keep losing shit after I organized. But that's life. That's my life. Where can you buy the monkey mask? I wish I knew. I've never been able to find an exact replica of the one that I used because I needed to redo it because the hair got all fucked up after years of abuse. But I could not find an identical one, and all the ones that they have, they look different enough that it would be extremely noticeable. How many Rice Krispies do we have? I would have to say probably no more Rice Krispies. Are you gonna fix Jumpkey? No. Jumpkey's dead. Jumpkey cannot exist in the same house as cats because it's very, very expensive to replace Jumpkey's body. And it's also very, very easy for a cat to ruin it on accident. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, just keep him away from the cats. I'm going to be living probably for another 20 years. At least. You think I can protect Jumpkey from cats for 20 years straight? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, folks. You let your cats murder Jumpkey? 2 of them. Twice I've walked in and he's just deflated in a huge unfixable fucking cut in the plastic. There's nothing you can do. It's a sex toy. Like the body is like a plastic sex toy in the shape of a woman, and you're supposed to stick a fleshlight in the bottom and put whatever fucking clothes on it you want so you can pretend you're fucking your anime girl. But I'm wholesome. I put a sweatshirt and pants on it and say it's a monkey friend named Jumpkey, and my cats murder it. Specifically Blaze. He's murdered Jumpkey many, many times. Are you going to have a funeral for Jumpkey? No. I mean, what is there to say? He's barely even in any of the Simian Jimmy channel videos. So it's almost like he's a relic of the shit that got deleted years ago. I mean, I wish I still had that old channel. I would probably be more invested in keeping Jumpkey alive for those videos. But right now, it just seems like he doesn't even really belong in a lot of the stuff I've been making. I have more fun now that I have like a friend to make stuff with, you know, because Jumpkey, you need somebody to play off of, a character to talk to. And before Asperger, before Biggs, you know, well, I'm gonna just do it with Jumpkey. I'll just make my own friend out of a sex doll, and that'll be the character I talk off of. I do the same thing with Alexa. These are things that are easy to use as characters because you control them completely and they'll do whatever you say because it's two inanimate objects. But now that I can make videos with like Biggs and you know, my animals, I think it's more fun, really. It's kind of depressing just filming shot and all these shots and reverse shots of me in a mask talking to a doll. It's way more fun like your friend comes over and you're just filming dumb shit together. Let's see what that guy had to say. I feel like I'm rambling a lot tonight and I probably don't make a lot of sense, but that's okay. Nicholas Cruiser, the famous submissions to the Mumkey short film contest. He says, "Hey Mumkey, Nicholas Cruiser here. I'm a Minneapolis native and the Target I worked at was burned to the ground, so I'm currently unemployed. This isn't a joke, as crazy as this sounds. No Nicholas Cruiser irony. I'm in economic ruin." Okay, first of all, buddy, that part might have been ironic because nobody who gets fired from Target, and I use fire as a pun here, that you shouldn't be an economic ruin from that. Target pays what, like $8 an hour? You could probably make up for that. Just like drive for Uber or something. If anything, if you get like a shitty, you know, oh, I'll deliver food for people with DoorDash, you will make more money than you were making at Target. If anything, you're in economic paradise. It's the opposite of ruin. You should be celebrating in the streets and definitely not donating $5 to Twitch streamers if you're truly ruined. Work for pizza deliver. So much money to be made. Especially these days, man. Lots of people getting shit delivered. I'm not going out that often. If I wanted to get McDonald's right now, I'd probably have somebody deliver it for an extra $2 so I don't have to fucking go outside. My Target pays like $13 per hour. I mean, you could probably match that at just about any other place that isn't minimum wage, but still. But yeah, I mean, it does suck when, you know, your wage slave place of employment gets burned to the ground. I can see why you would be upset. Personally, if any of the places I worked at as a teenager and young adult, if any of those places burned to the ground, Don Bracken style perhaps, I'd probably be pretty happy about it. Oh shit, I have a really good excuse to not go into fucking Culver's anymore. They burn that shit to the ground. God bless them. Minimum wage there is $10. Better than here. Here it's $7.25. $7.25. They unironically think some people, adults, can live off of that. Now I know the argument you're thinking, but Mumkey, why is an adult going for a minimum wage job? Well, the answer Mumkey just admitted to arson. You know, that super Target was a super bummer with racism. It was the only way to teach the Target executives a lesson about racism. It's $7.25 because rent in Iowa, I assume is what he meant to say, is only $500 and some corn cobs. My rent is cheaper than $500 because, I mean, I bought the house, the trailer or whatever, so I don't have to really pay rent other than like a lot rent, which is well below $500. So yeah, here, I mean, in my position, I probably could go work at McDonald's for $7.25, and if I, you know, grow some extra corn cobs, I'd probably be set. If you were in a Marvel movie coming in the future, what character would you play? If a Marvel character hasn't already been in a movie and already, you know, the role has been casted, I probably don't know who that character is, so I don't know how to answer that. I don't know much about Marvel Comics other than what's in the movies. So I would probably just play some guy who gets fucking killed. Is there a superhero with like a suicide power where he can commit suicide and then you can only use it once, but you commit suicide and then your ghost can like haunt an enemy for maybe like 5 minutes. I could distract them while Spider-Man goes off and, actually wins the fight. My noble sacrifice. It'll be just like Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. He has a power he can only use once, and if he uses it, he dies. Who's he gonna use it on, folks? Who is Law gonna grant immortality to at the cost of his own life, folks? Probably not Luffy. He'll probably use it to reverse Kaido's immortality, if he can. I don't know. All I know is if Luffy becomes immortal, One Piece has jumped the shark! Anyway, Monk D. Jones, I tend to agree. What do you think of the Wano arc? It's pretty good. I like anytime Luffy gets arrested and he's in a jail cell behind bars and he's fucking pissed. I usually tend to enjoy that kind of stuff. Who would you rather bang, Nami or Robin? I like Robin as a character better, and I think Robin and I have a more similar sense of humor. She is often interested in the dark and the grotesque and making jokes about how they're all going to die. So probably Robin. I think be more fun. Nami's fine. I don't have a problem with Nami, but anything you wish you could re-upload from the Mumkey Jones YouTube channel? I mean, I could probably re-upload most things. I would just avoid like the Elliot Rodger focused content. But for the most part, like every now and then I might re-upload an old video that I think is like pretty good and people should see. And if not, for other things like the God and Jesus Show video that I made 3 years ago, I might just redo that whole video and make it again. And maybe like show clips from the old version of it and explain, oh yeah, this video's kind of dog shit. Let's see if we can do it better this time. You gonna finish doing all those quizzes you asked people to submit like a year ago? Yeah, probably. That can be one of the other 18 streams we have planned. Nicholas Cruiser continues saying, okay, fair. I was only making $13. LOL, I see this as an opportunity to start making content again. We're in close proximity, so would you be interested in a collab? If you're interested, I messaged you on Twitter. Give me something to do. We will probably do something if you're really that close. But I don't want to collab with anybody during all this quarantine shit. But maybe if the world ever becomes normal again, we should definitely do something funny. If I do like another interactive adventure, but a modern one, and we actually do it right, we'll definitely need a lot of crew and cast for that. So anybody who lives nearby and is funny like you should definitely probably be involved. Not gonna happen. You don't think the world will be fixed ever? You think we're fucked for life? People keep saying that 2020 is the worst year ever, and I tend to agree. The coronavirus shit is horrible, and now we have race war riots outside our houses the last few days. And I'm thinking, some people don't seem to be thinking too far ahead if they don't think it can get any worse. I've seen a lot of low IQ takes, listing out all the shitty things that have been happening, and they're like, oh, how could it get any worse? You really don't know how? I can think of a lot of ways of things that I am about 90% sure will actually happen. First of all, the re-election of Trump, it's gonna happen. And if you think the riots and shit right now are bad. In November, when they announced Trump beat Biden, and Biden had the popular vote like Hillary, but Trump still wins. If the White House is still standing at that point, that shit will burn. People will be fucking furious. It's only going to get worse. The second wave of the coronavirus, it was bad enough. A lot of places were opening back up. Say what you will about, oh, why can I go to Walmart and not to a mom and pop shop? I agree with that position completely. But the second wave, now that everybody is meeting up on the streets and you have crowds of hundreds of thousands of people marching in protest, coronavirus isn't gone, people. And if the second wave is anything like, the Spanish flu's second wave, 100,000 dead people in America, I think by the end of the year, it would hit a million, even more. All these fucking people just hanging out in the streets in giant crowds of people. Maybe 10% are actually wearing a mask correctly. Oh, did the stream die? Stream looks like it's still going to me. What did you guys miss? Anything? Anyway, I don't really care. It's gonna only get worse. A lot more people will die. Trump will win, and the people who don't like that are going to flip their shit. Sorry if the stream died. Looks like it's back though. Probably didn't miss too much. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Do you think Biden stands a ghost of a fucking chance? Is there any way Biden is gonna beat Trump? Let me know. Pause for 3 seconds, didn't miss anything. People just hated Hillary. I've seen a lot of hate for Joe Biden. Absolutely not. Trump will win 100%. You're 100% right. Yeah, a lot of people are saying there's no chance. Sorry, Biden. Sorry, everybody who's gonna be pissed when that happens and they... If anybody genuinely thinks Biden has it in the bag just because he's not Trump, that's what they thought 4 years ago too. So if history is really going to repeat itself here, you should at least change your expectations of what you think the future's going to be. Stand a ghost of a chance. Asperger got ghosted. Am I right, folks? Price is Right theme. I think Riley truly understands the Monkey Jones experience. He's hitting all the markers right now. If there was no COVID, he would have no chance, but with all this going on, I'd go 50-50. Yeah, I'll really be curious to see the state of COVID in November. Will it be a distant memory, or will things be the same as they are now, when everybody's kind of quarantined at home? Or will it be tremendously worse, and we do hit millions of deaths just in this country alone? I don't know. Really interesting. I guess we'll watch back this stream in November and see if I'm full of shit. I love how people are literally blaming the deaths from COVID on Trump. In distant memory. I mean, if it ends this summer, like some people are supposing, November, it could be distant memory for some people. For a baby, I mean, that if a baby was born right now, that'd be a super distant memory for them. Hey, Momky, can you make a video on the short film you made? You and Frid split up the whole thing? Split up what whole thing? I know a lot of videos I made with my buddy Frid, but I don't know which one we split up the whole thing. Both candidates have the vote of the old people, but I'm sure Trump has the upper hand. Yeah, who are, other than the really politically active young people, are the young people really planning on voting for Biden? Do they have that much nostalgia for the Trump years? I mean, not Trump, the Obama years? Maybe. But I don't see too many young people who are excited about Joe Biden as a candidate. At least not as excited as like for Yang and Bernie. I saw people who were dedicating and devoting their entire lives to spreading the word. I met people at a restaurant with Biggs one time. They just got out of like a Yang rally, and it was like his team of people that travel with him. And they were sitting at a table next to us at the restaurant. They were just all in. They had like boxes of his merch, and they were fucking decked out in Yang gear. They gave me a free shirt and a free hat. And they just, I assume some of them get paid, but there are people who just follow these candidates everywhere across the country because they support them and love them so much and want to be there for all the rallies. I don't know if I've ever seen a young person that devoted to the Joe Biden race, and really, I don't know how you could be. What position is he running on that would fire up a young person and get them excited, other than, my name is not Donald Trump? Because unfortunately, every other candidate also had that going for them. So what does Joe Biden uniquely have to fire people up? I don't know. Does anybody in the chat have an idea? Because I've read his policies, and I'm not particularly impressed. We need cooler candidates. Fuck it. Make it a reality TV show at this point. It kind of is. If you think about it, what is reality TV? It's just filming obnoxious people and then editing it in whatever way you want. Reality TV, other than like the extremely fake shit, is essentially just a trashy documentary. I don't know how else you would explain like the debates. The debates with all the dumb shit those candidates would say to each other, and we stream it on TV, and the news pundits, you know, editorialize and talk about. It's essentially already reality TV. Or the elections in this country, at least. I don't know how you could differentiate our election process from any reality show, other than maybe the sound effects and the dramatic music. Maybe they don't use that as often. But if you turn on CNN, a lot of those intros are like, dun, 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 most epic music. This is the election 2020 coverage. So they try to make it sensationalized like a reality show would be. Can you make a video on the short film you and Frid made that made your friendship split up? I don't think there is a project in particular. We just drifted apart as friends. We didn't make a movie that we stopped being friends about. I don't know if I've ever stopped being friends with somebody because we made a video together. It's always for a reason that's very different than we collaborate on stuff. I thought I hated reality TV, but this lockdown got me watching ANTM. I'm not sure what ANTM is, but I would recommend Survivor. Watch like a recent season though. Don't start at the beginning because it was pretty boring back in the day. But Survivor, it's a pretty good show. I really like it. Are you really gonna film your grandmother watching you have sex? I think I had a pretty high Patreon goal for that, so my guess is it's not gonna happen. I did plug it in as a joke because I know I'm never gonna hit whatever goal it was. If it did magically happen, I think I would be contractually obligated to film a reaction video of my grandma, but I don't see that happening. Is Ohio real? Yeah, I've been to Ohio. They have the Top Thrill Dragster roller coaster, folks. Wow, I'm peeking that mic. Among other roller coasters. Is there going to be Big Brother this year? It sounds like there is. I think I've read that they're committed to making it happen. The problem with doing Big Brother is that the people behind the scenes running the show would be at risk of getting sick. The people in the house, as long as none of them are sick going in, they'll all be fine. It's like the behind the scenes stuff that makes it hard for Big Brother. What just popped up? Somebody wanted to know, do you still talk to E-Rich? No, I haven't talked to E-Rich in a long time. I think the last time I talked to him was probably last time I was streaming here on Twitch last year, and he was in the chat. But I don't think I've talked to him beyond that. Emperor Evan says, I'd trust Berger more as a president than Biden. Okay, no, that's fair. I thought about it. Perfectly fair. I think I tend to agree. President Burger, 2024, folks. Let's make it happen. If you don't like Biden, you ain't black, Jack. Very true. Very true. E-Rich is a smart man. I tend to agree. I have a feeling that this month is going to be pretty gay. As opposed to the other months that we've had so far. I mean, maybe. I don't see it accelerating and getting horrible for at least another couple months. Because it's going to take a while for that second wave to really swing in full force with all these people on the streets together. The White House might be burned down in the next couple months. I know people were, but Trump just today, I just remembered, I was watching Trump's little speech in the garden, and he's like declaring war on the non-peaceful protesters. He said, I'm sending in the National Guard, the Army, the Navy, the Marine. I'm sending all of them in. And if you're doing anything that is not a peaceful protest, we will kill you. If you haven't seen this, it literally just happened like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. I don't know if people have been freaking out or if they're just seeing it as just another, pointless Trump speech. But I was watching it like, oh shit. Is this how a civil war begins? If they start opening fire like on on the looters and shit, that could get pretty ugly on a national level. Beyond anything any of us have ever lived through, for sure. People are freaking out about it. Yeah, I imagine he's essentially saying if you want to go to war with your country, we will fight you citizens. And I think that's a little fucked. I think anybody who doesn't live in my country is fair game to be killed by my military. Any of them. I don't care if you're an innocent person. If you're in a different country, my military can drop bombs and kill you. Fuck it. But as soon as you start killing us Americans with our army, need I remind you whose tax dollars are paying for those bullets? Are you telling me I worked my ass off doing this Twitch stream, a lot of stressful work, to make those big bucks, and then I get taxed, and that tax money goes to the government, and they spend that money on the bullets that they use to kill me? No bueno, folks. No bueno. Use my tax money to kill little children in Middle Eastern countries, folks. Not people in my country. Just gonna say, don't kill my people. Don't kill my... I don't care if they're looting. Arrest them and charge them for looting. You don't need to shoot them. Most of them probably don't have guns. I have to assume. They're shooting looters. Looters are assholes. I agree. But I also agree that looting does not deserve capital punishment. I've stolen many things in my life. I don't think I should be killed for it. Believe it. Although I never really looted. Didn't break into a small business and steal their shit. Maybe when I'm at the self-checkout at Walmart, maybe only 5 cat food cans got scanned, but I have 6. Should I be killed for that? Probably. But these looters, I'd say lock them up. But inciting a civil war, I don't know. I think Trump could have come up with a funnier solution. Do you actually like Turkey Tom? Yeah, I like Turkey Tom. I don't have a problem with Turkey Tom. Just chop their hands off, old fashioned, but it works. Not gonna steal shit without hands, it's true. What happened with you and E-Rich? He just one day texted me saying he doesn't want to be associated with me anymore and he wants to, move on with his life. And I was like, okay. And then sometimes he shows up in my Twitch chat as if he didn't say all that hurtful shit to me and stop talking to me. So I don't know. I don't really worry or think about it. Because at this point, I've got enough friends who live in my vicinity that I can see in person and hang out with, and family and friends and all that I'm not too preoccupied about an internet relationship with somebody who lives on the other side of the country. It's not a priority. It doesn't really matter. I cut off an entire friend group recently, so I feel you. I don't think I cut off shit. Don't feel me, feel Erich. Do you still think Asterios is under the delusion that he might get a job at Disney? I don't know if Asterios is looking for a job at Disney. I think he's pretty happy with the job that he has. But I don't see why he couldn't work at Disney. I mean, they clearly will. Based on the stuff that Disney has been putting out, their standards are clearly pretty low. And I think this is the Disney standard. Asterios is so much better than most of the shit that Disney's putting out. They might not hire him because he's overqualified. I miss Asterios, and I wish he wasn't such a spurg with his friends. Well, man, if I'm always looking down at this screen to read the chat, I should really have the chat on that side, so it looks like I'm literally looking at it and reading it. Let's just try that for fun. Maybe, I mean, it's going to be just as unreadable. So, does it make sense to put this over here? And then this fucking thing can go hide over here? Because now, hey, look, oh, I'm reading the chat. Whoa, that's you guys down there. I see ya. Just don't have the chat. How dare you? How dare you? People want to see themselves on screen. Is The Lion King a ripoff of Kimba? No. If you haven't seen that video, you should. YMS, Your Movie Sucks, put out like a 3-hour documentary explaining why Kimba the White Lion is not... The Lion King did not rip this anime off. And I thought it was a really entertaining video for being a subject I don't give a shit about. It kept my attention for about 3 hours. So if you're the type of person, I mean, clearly you're watching me talk on Twitch, so you're the type of person who needs something really long and boring to have on in the background. This video is long, but it's not so boring. So you might actually enjoy it. I'd say after this stream, you need something to watch for 3 hours, go hit up YMS. I read Kimba's manga, it had black people in it. Yeah, the YMS goes over about how racist it may or may not be in portraying maybe indigenous people to a jungle setting. Do you agree that Jax Films has fallen from grace? I don't know how I could, because I have no opinion of him at all. He's the one who did, like, Yesterday I Asked You, right? I've never watched his videos, other than I think he did one about the Emoji Movie that somebody posted somewhere, and I watched it. So if he's getting worse, I have no idea. The Lion King has a monkey in it. Do you have to watch that? Probably. Rafiki, I think that's the name of the monkey, right? He's such an iconic character. I feel like, even though the movie is called Lion King, I might have to watch it just for him. We might have to. For movies that don't have, like, a monkey as the main character, maybe I just cut out all the scenes featuring the monkey and only review those. And I review The Lion King as if it only exists as the scenes featuring Rafiki. That would be monkey box eligible. That YMS vid was trashing the great Tezuka, no thanks. Well, I wish I remembered what the fuck that was. What if I don't credit you for the background music? Well, GG. Tendies, nuggies, wings, or grilled? I like wings the best. The flat ones, flat wings, and then I'll go nuggies, and then I'll go, what else is in there? Flat wings, S tier. Then nuggies, probably also S tier, but lower. Tendies, when you're buying, like, the cheap frozen tendies, like at a supermarket, so that you don't have to spend $9 for 3 tendies at a restaurant. I don't know, maybe it's just the ones that I've experienced, but, like, the frozen tendies are such a lackluster quality of chicken compared to, like, the nuggies and other things. So I don't feel that high on tendies, but if they're professionally made at a, a fast food joint of any merit, I guess tendies would go next. Not that crazy about grilled chicken. And I really don't like the drumstick wings, but they gotta go somewhere. Me and my friend Luke are making our own school shooter movie that is inspired by Vincent and Dwayne. Well, shoot it my way when it's done. I'll check that out. If you put a monkey in it, maybe I'll put it in the monkey box. Can you just play the game of life with Biggs already? You've done it with every other Let's Play partner you've had, including Biggs on the old show, I'd assume. Yeah, we've been playing Game of Life for PlayStation 1 for over a decade. It has a long and rich and disgusting history, because the game's really not that interesting or good at all, but I guess something about it. The music I really like. I use the music in all my videos. The little comic cutscenes for every square you land on the board game. They're not funny, but they're entertaining? No. There's something to look at. But yeah, we'll probably play the game of life at some point. Bacon Crafted Curtain played it with you, Patchy. Yeah, I saw that you streamed it one time and with the people in the chat. Is that it for today's stream? I kind of want to go to the bathroom and not be on stream anymore. So that might be it for this big comeback stream. Expect actual stream content in the future. I do like just hanging out with the chat, but we got to do like Depression Chamber and opening more packages. I got to go see how my cats like these Pure Bites and see how my lizard likes dead worms that aren't moving. I guess I'll have to report back on that next stream if anybody reminds me in the chat. There are monkey emojis in the Emoji Movie. Do you have to review that? If somebody magically inserts into the monkey box a strip of paper that says all of the monkey emoji scenes from the Emoji Movie, and then I randomly draw it for an episode of the show, I think I would have no choice but to review that. So my answer is yes. I just don't know how it would get in the box, because I'm not putting that in there. Glad you're back, dude. Well, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I feel like saying I'm back right now, maybe on Twitch is what you mean, but if you don't know, I've been posting videos on YouTube pretty much ever since I got deleted over a year ago on Simeon Jimmy on YouTube. If somehow any of you have not seen that, we've been posting videos again, and you know, Monkey Box and all that stuff will be on that channel. And yeah, all right, now everybody's saying glad you're back. Great. God damn it. I'm not John Wick, folks. I'm not back. I never left. See you next year. That's right, folks. See you in like 7 months, you bipolar loser. I wish I was bipolar, dude. I wish I would get the mania. That'd be great. I can't remember the last time I felt manic and excited and happy. Bipolar would be an improvement. It would be great. Is that a spider on your left shoulder? Probably. It could be. Okay, folks. See you next time. See you next stream. It's been fun.